Beware. The greatest test of your life has already begun and you are being graded right now. You think it's about your career, your relationships, your health. You are wrong. In our last briefing, we declassified the location of first contact. But Dolores Cannon's final most chilling warning was not about where they will arrive. It was about what happens inside you when they do. Open contact is not a meeting. It is a planetary frequency test, a cosmic mirror that will either shatter your reality or activate your divinity. There is no middle ground. The most terrifying part, the final exam, is not in the future. It is happening now in the small choices you make every single day. This is Dolores Cannon's final warning. The great unveiling is not what you think it is. To understand the test, you must first erase everything Hollywood has ever taught you about alien contact. Erase the images of invading armadas and benevolent saviors. Erase the narrative of us versus them. These are primitive dualistic concepts that will be rendered obsolete. The superconscious across hundreds of sessions painted a completely different picture. A picture based on the fundamental law of the universe, the law of attraction. Consciousness creates reality. What you broadcast is what you receive. The arrival of a galactic presence is not the arrival of an external force that does something to you. It is the arrival of a great cosmic mirror. A mirror of such power and clarity that it will reflect back to you with perfect, instant, and undeniable precision the exact frequency of your own consciousness. A source in one of Dolores's final sessions explained it with chilling simplicity. They do not bring peace or war. They bring a reflection. They are a catalyst. Their very presence in your atmosphere will act as a planetary scale tuning fork. Everything that is out of tune will shatter. Everything that is in tune will resonate with unimaginable harmony. This is the frequency test. It is not a test with questions and answers. It is not a judgment from a higher power. It is a simple impersonal physical law. The concept of a frequency test may sound like modern New Age terminology, but this is not a new idea. It is an ancient truth, a prophetic echo that has reverberated through humanity's most sacred traditions for millennia, waiting for this exact moment to be fully understood. Dolores Cannon's work did not invent this concept. It provided the final high-resolution details. Let us examine the echoes. Echo number 1, the biblical sifting. In the Christian Gospels, a cryptic warning is given about the end times. It is not a warning of fire and brimstone, but of a great separation. In the Gospel of Luke, it is written, "I tell you, in that night there shall be 2 men in one bed. The one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. 2 women shall be grinding together, the one shall be taken and the other left." For centuries, this has been interpreted as a physical rapture. But the superconscious through Dolores offered a different interpretation. This is not about a physical location. It is about a vibrational state. Taken does not mean taken to heaven. It means taken to a higher frequency. Left does not mean left to suffer. It means left in the frequency they have chosen. 2 people side by side, seemingly in the same reality, yet inhabiting completely different vibrational worlds. This is a perfect description of the frequency test. A great silent sifting based on internal resonance. Echo number 2, the Egyptian weighing of the heart. In the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, the soul's final judgment was not a review of its actions, but a single profound test. The heart of the deceased was weighed on a scale against a single feather, the feather of Mahat, representing truth and cosmic order. If the heart was heavy with the low frequencies of anger, greed, and guilt, it would outweigh the feather, and the soul would be consumed. But if the heart was as light as the feather, filled with love and truth, the soul was granted passage into the eternal afterlife. This is not a myth. Dolores was told it is a beautiful allegorical description of the frequency test. The feather of Maat is the incoming high-frequency energy of the event. Your heart is your overall vibrational state. The test is simply, does your frequency match the frequency of truth? Is your heart light enough to ascend? Echo number 3, the Vedic Yugas and the shift in consciousness. Ancient Hindu cosmology does not see time as linear. It sees it as a great cosmic cycle of ages or yugas. They describe a descent from a golden age of enlightenment down through progressively denser ages culminating in the darkest age, the Kali Yuga, an age of ignorance, materialism, and chaos. Sound familiar, but their prophecies do not end in darkness. They state that at the very end of the Kali Yuga, there will be a great purification followed by the dawn of a new golden age. They describe this transition not as a single event, but as a profound shift in collective consciousness where the very vibration of the planet would be raised. Those who were unable to adapt to this new higher vibration would simply fall away, while those in resonance with it would become the seeds of the new era. It is another perfect echo of the frequency test from the Bible to the pyramids to the Vedas. The same warning, the same mechanism, the same test echoed through time. Dolores Cannon's work was the final piece, the key that allowed us to finally fully decode the message. Now that we understand the test is an ancient recurring truth, let's look at the two outcomes as revealed by the superconscious. The outcome is determined by one thing and one thing only: your dominant moment to moment frequency. Outcome A. The resonance cascade. For the souls who have done the work, who have been consciously choosing love over fear, the arrival of this high-frequency field will be the most ecstatic experience of their lives. It is called a resonance cascade. Their own energy field, already tuned to a similar frequency, will lock on to the galactic frequency. The result is a spontaneous activation of their highest potential. Dolores's clients describe this as a sudden awakening of dormant abilities, telepathy, instantaneous healing. Physically, this will feel like a surge of pure life force, a sudden lightness in the body. Aches and pains may vanish instantly. The mind will become crystal clear. It is the feeling of your entire being coming online. Every cell vibrating in perfect harmony. They will perceive the ships not as alien but as family. There will be no fear, only recognition. Outcome B. The dissonance shatter. For the souls still entrenched in the low frequencies of the chaos matrix, the experience will be the exact opposite. It is called a dissonance shatter. Their energy field vibrating at the rate of fear and anger will be wildly out of tune with the incoming frequency. This shattering will be a psychological and emotional implosion. A sudden overwhelming amplification of their own inner state. Physically, this can manifest as sudden intense anxiety attacks, heart palpitations, dizziness, and a feeling of profound disorientation. The mind will be flooded with its own worst fears. It is the feeling of the nervous system being completely overloaded by a frequency it cannot process. They will perceive the ships as invaders, demons, a threat, their own inner fear projected outwards. In one session, the source gave a powerful analogy. It said, "Imagine your consciousness is a radio. For lifetimes, you have been broadcasting on the AM frequencies of fear and struggle. The galactics will arrive broadcasting on a pure, clear FM frequency. When that FM signal blankets the Earth, all the old AM radios will not simply hear static. They will overload and blow their circuits. But the radios that have already learned how to tune themselves to the FM band will hear the most beautiful music in the universe for the first time." Here is the most urgent part of this entire briefing. The frequency test is not a future event. The test has already begun. We are living in the escalating ripples that precede the final wave. Every single day you are being tested. Every moment you are grading yourself. The chaos matrix in its final throes is throwing everything it has at you to keep your frequency low. The news report designed to trigger your outrage, that is a test. The rude comment on social media designed to trigger your anger, that is a test. The unexpected bill designed to trigger your fear of lack, that is a test. The memory of a past trauma that surfaces for no reason, that is a test. These are not random annoyances. They are frequency exams. Every time you react with unconscious fear, you tune your dial to the dissonance shatter. Every time you pause, activate your sovereign observer and consciously choose a response of peace. You tune your dial to the resonance cascade. You are studying for your final exam right now. Dolores's final warning was this. People are waiting for a sign in the sky to tell them it's time to get serious. They are waiting for the ships to land to start meditating. The superconscious was adamant. That will be too late. The test is not on the day of the arrival. The test is all the days leading up to it. The arrival is simply the moment the grades are revealed. So the question is not how do I prepare? The question is how am I doing on the test today? This is not a test you have to take without help. The superconscious provided a clear cheat sheet, a series of diagnostic questions you can ask yourself to determine your current trajectory. Be ruthlessly honest. Question 1. What is your media diet? Are you consuming hours of mainstream news and social media outrage? Are you feeding your consciousness a steady diet of fear and conflict? Question 2. Who is in your inner circle? Are you surrounded by people who gossip, complain, and live in victimhood? Do your conversations drain you or energize you? Question 3. How do you treat your body? Is your body a sacred temple or a garbage disposal? Are you fueling it with living high-frequency foods? A toxic, inflamed body cannot hold a high frequency. Question 4. What is your primary topic of conversation? Do you talk about your problems or your passions? Do you talk about what is wrong with the world or what you are creating to make it right? Question 5. Where is your focus? Is your focus primarily on what you lack and fear? Or is it on what you have and are grateful for? The universe does not give you what you want. It gives you what you are. And what you are is a direct result of what you focus on. This is the cheat sheet, the diagnostic, not a judgment, just a GPS coordinate showing you exactly where you are so you can consciously choose where you want to go. This briefing changes everything. It reframes your entire spiritual journey. Your mission is not to prepare for first contact. Your mission is to pass the frequency test. And you pass the test not by doing more, but by being more. By being the sovereign observer. By being the alchemist of neutrality. By being the weaver of timelines. This is the great work. The only work there is. The arrival of our galactic family is not the cause of the graduation. It is the effect. It is the reward. They are not coming to save us. They are coming to celebrate with us after we have saved ourselves. Dolores Cannon's final warning was a message of immense empowerment. She was not warning you about an alien threat. She was warning you about the danger of your own unconsciousness. She was reminding you that the power to choose your reality has been inside you all along. The test is now. The choice is now. The time to choose your frequency is now. The first act of passing the test is a conscious sovereign declaration, a statement of intent that you are no longer a passive participant, but an active student in the school of frequency. In the comments below, we are creating a global roster of souls committed to mastering their frequency. Begin your comment with the words that signal your commitment to the great work. I am tuning my frequency. Then state the one area from the cheat sheet that you will master first. For example, I am tuning my frequency. My first act is to master my media diet. Or I am tuning my frequency. I will master my inner circle. This is not just a comment. It is an act of calibration. It is a declaration that you are ready to hear the new music. Let us see the army of light that is choosing to graduate. The final exam is in session. Begin.